Hey everybody, Chef Ron here. I'm gonna go out and do some hog hunting, and I figured I'd kind of show you what I take with me and what works for me, and maybe it works good for you, and maybe we help to eat local and get some more hogs and keep down on some of the damage they're doing. So here's what I bring with me. I'm starting tomorrow's the first day of muzzleloader season, so the first thing I've got is my gun. So I've got a CVA muzzleloader I bought last year, an Optima, works pretty good. I've just got iron sights. I don't plan on shooting any hogs more than like 50 yards away, so this works great for me. I've gotten a couple last year. I really like the break action, the removable breech plug here, and it's easy to clean. Haven't had any problems with it. Really accurate. 50 caliber, drops a hog right in its tracks. So works pretty good for me. So that's the gun I'm going to bring out tomorrow. I also usually bring a Glock 20, 10 millimeter with me, which I carry outside the waistband, which seems to work pretty good. So, that's in a Kydex, well, PVC holster that I made, and I can show that in a whole nother video. So, start with my camo and what I wear. Everything I package in these bags, and this has all been washed with scent killer. And then the other thing that I do that really helps is you'll notice there's some like weeds and grass and some pine needles in there. And that's in there for a reason. That's not just because I got lazy when I was folding and putting away my stuff, but that not only, instead of just keeping them scent free, you know, it adds some natural scent, which will help hopefully mask my scent, because hogs have pretty good sense of smell. So we do that. And then I also use scent killer, which is the best in the market. I don't know, it's the only thing I've ever used, and it works good. So that's what I'm using for now, and it seems to be working okay. And I'm bringing scent killer deodorant with me as well. I'm using that before I go, and it seems to help a little bit. Do hogs still smell me? Yes, sometimes they do, but hey, I think it's helping, so I keep doing it. I wear a face and neck shield, more for mosquitoes than anything else. I don't think I need it with the hogs. And often I wear a blaze hat. Sometimes I'll wear a camo hat. Depends what kind of mood I'm in. I think there's going to be a lot of hunters. You know, maybe I'll, like shotgun season, maybe I'll blaze up. Muzzleloader, archery, you know, chances are I'm just going to wear some camo. After I've shot a hog, you know, usually I'm throwing this thing on and breaking my hog down with it so I'm a little more visible and people don't think I'm a hog in the bushes. The other thing that's nice about these hats is they have LEDs on the bottom, so at night I can just have my little headlamp right there. So if I get a hog late, need to break it down, need some light walking out on the trail, I've got the lights inside my hat, and they work pretty good. So I'll bring that too. So then onto my hunting pack. It's Alps Outdoor. I saw a lot of reviews on this pack. It seemed like a good pack, so I got it, and it seems to work pretty good. So I'm not going to get into that review. There's probably a whole bunch of reviews on that elsewhere. But things that I like to bring with me: instant towels. You just add some water to these things, and boom, you got a towel to wash your hands. So I really like that because I can clean up afterwards, and that's pretty nice. I don't keep sanitizer in my bag because I'm worried about smells and stuff, but I do keep it in my car. And spare flashlight I keep in my bag. I keep a extra shoulder strap. This would work for a rifle strap, but it also works for a drag strap. If I have to drag a hog out, I can tie my other rope to this, and it helps me pull a hog out of the woods a little bit easier. Glow stick for visibility, just in case for safety. In the main compartment here, I've got a couple pairs of large gloves. I found that the large ones work a little bit better than the small latex, so I buy the dish style glove. They seem to work a little bit better. Power bar in case I'm hungry, or Cliff bar. drag rope, dragging it out, or hanging it if I decide to hang it, which I usually don't do because I find it's easier to gut and clean and skin a hog on the ground right where it is. So what I bring with me, painter's plastic drop cloth, and I can lay the hog out on this and it doesn't get covered in sticks and dirt and all kinds of other crud. Keeps it still neat and sanitary somewhat, and keeps cleanup nice and easy. So I like to do this rather than hang it. And I can skin a hog pretty fast on the ground. So usually I'm going to drag it as far as I can get it, as close to my car before I do a skin job. Oftentimes the skinning is going to happen here in my house, not even in the field. So I keep it with me just in case, but usually I'm going to skin, you know, by the car or somewhere else. The other thing I bring is some large industrial strength garbage bags, and that's if I have to quarter one in the field. I can quarter and pack out in bags, and it works pretty good. Plus I can put this into my cooler. If I get like an 80 to 100 pound hog, I can stick the whole thing in a garbage bag, throw it right in my big soft cooler here that I've got, and that works pretty good. This is a catering cooler that I have for catering gigs, but I can easily put a hog in the in one of those. I usually use a buck knife for my skinning, not because it's the best knife in the world, but because it's what I got. I've had this for ages. It doesn't hold an edge that great, but usually I can get through one whole hog before I need to resharpen. And it works pretty good for a while, so I use that. I do bring a Thermacell with me, which is on the side, so I've got some extra butane cartridges for that. I've made a PVC holster for that, and my Thermacell kind of drops right into that. I can show you in another video how I make that with PVC pipe and a heat gun, and then my Thermacell drops right in there. I've got extra baggies for my Thermacell, or extra butane for my Thermacell, and little Thermacell pouches. And I also get these like Asian ones from China and Taiwan, and they're like a third the price, but they're about the third of the quality too. They keep bugs away, but if it's real buggy, you gotta go with the Thermacell one. These work 3 times better, probably why they're 3 times the cost. So yeah, now that I'm filming, I've got my GoPro batteries and some extra memory cards, and keep those in my front pocket so they're easy to get to, so I can change those out on my GoPro if I need to. I keep extra gloves just in case. I don't like to be unsanitary in the field, especially dressing a hog. It's wild game, you don't know what it's got, so I like to try to stay clean, and that's what I use for that. So that works pretty good. Apologize, the camera keeps moving. That's my daughter. I bring a hog grunt. This is just a cheap Primos call, like $9 on Amazon. Not the best sound, but makes a grunt sound. Never really find that it's bringing hogs to me, but every once in a while, you know, you hear something in a bush and you're not sure if it's a hog or a bird or whatnot. Sometimes one little grunt or two will help you kind of distinguish, but usually, you know, you can tell what you're hearing. I've got my GoPro mount on my shoulder strap. I like that there. I also have a GoPro mount that goes on my gun, but it gets a little clumsy, so I don't always keep that on there. So that's pretty much my pack. That's pretty much how I outfit it. I have a hydration carrier for it, or I'm keeping bottles of water so I can use my towels and get a drink. So that's pretty much my pack and what goes in it. I also often will carry a K-bar, which is a much nicer knife for getting through heavy joints and bones and brush. So this sometimes is nicer to have. It's a little heavy, so depending on how far I'm hiking, I may or may not bring it with me. But lately I've kind of decided that I'm not going to hike in much more than a mile, because dragging a hog more than that isn't a whole lot of fun. So I usually try to limit the size of the hog I get once I go in further, and the amount of stuff that I'm carrying. The other thing that's not in there is a small med kit. I always keep a small med kit with me. a little bit so you can see the back of the car here. So in the back of the car, I always keep normal first aid kit. Alright, this has all the little stuff. One of the things that I really like and suggest everyone puts in their first aid kit is True Blue. This is liquid stitches, works amazing. Really like it. If you ever cut yourself, best thing to have. Highly recommend it. I always have my normal car bag with rain gear, tarps, glow sticks, zip ties, duct tape, all that stuff, bungee cords. I always have extra tie downs and stuff in case I need to tie something down to the back of my car or the roof, and that always helps. Extra gloves are a good thing to have. I always have a small shovel if I need to bury guts or a pig head or something like that. I always have this so that I can do that if need be. The other thing I keep is a machete in case I need to quarter large animal or get through brush dragging it out. It's worth having, I think. So bring that with me. Also, always have jumper cables in my car, and they're on the side compartment there. They work pretty good. And my other bag that's on in my car right now is my other med kits. So the only other thing that I didn't really talk about, gotta have the tall boots. This is the second pair I've been working on for hunting, and I gotta say, these lightweight lacrosse boots are awesome. I can hike like 5 miles in these. They don't make a lot of noise. They're super light. They're really high. Go through deep water and mud, and you can cinch them down a little bit. Not that I really need to, but man, these things are awesome. I feel comfortable, you know, with snakes and stuff. I don't think a snake could bite through that. They're not as high as a snake boot, but I haven't seen that many snakes where I hunt, so I'm not really that worried about it. So that's pretty much it. The only other thing that I've got here that I'd recommend that I take with me, two things actually. I like this little power belt bullet holder for my charges for muzzle loading. This makes it really easy to load my gun in the field. And then the other thing I don't leave without is a phone case. So waterproof phone case, you know, too many times you're caught in the rain and you're worried about your phone getting wet. So I always take this thing with me when I go in the field, and it's a lifesaver. Works great. Can't use the fingerprint, but hey, you know, it works good. It's a good option to have. You got GPS, maps, everything's waterproof, good to go. So I know I get service everywhere I need it. So that's pretty much it. Hope you like this video. Tomorrow morning we're going to go hunt. Hopefully we get a hog, and we'll do another video where we come back and check it out. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Talk to you soon. Hey everybody, beautiful day in Southwest Florida. Did a little hog hunting. No hogs today. The report card's showing 0. Got real close to one, 5 yards away probably, and it got a good whiff of me and took off back into the bushes. So no pigs today. We'll be back out here trying it again. Gonna drop my report card off right now, do the legal thing, and we'll be back out here trying it again real soon. And stay tuned. We're gonna get one of these pigs and cook it up for you, and it's gonna be an awesome show. So stay tuned. See you later.